Hey everybody, Brett Gurney here, brettgurney.com. Let me just fix this camera here a little bit. Listen, I wanted to do a little training today for yourself and for myself. It's kind of how I learn and process the information that I'm learning is by sharing it with other people. And I like to do these blog post supporting videos based upon blog posts that I wrote and that I posted on brettgurney.com. And I like this method because it gives me a point of reference. And so I'm going to pull that up now. And just bear with me for a minute because my eyes are getting really bad and I have to zoom in on this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. There we go. Now I can read it. Okay, and I didn't even know what I was going to talk about today. I just simply it's in a succession. I just go to the next blog post from the previous video that I did, and then I talk about what I wrote. And so I'm looking here now at a blog post that I wrote on January 4th of 2014. Okay, well, a couple months, a month and a half ago. And the title is Your Big Win 2014, Make It Happen. Now I'm recollecting this. This is a training that we got from Ann Sig when I first got involved with her coaching platform, which is Daily Marketing Coach by Ann Sig. And this is one of the trainings that she did. They had a big webinar on it, and it was kind of like, bringing in the new year thing and what some of our goals were going to be and what we were going to try to make happen in 2014. And she's an excellent trainer. I get more out of her training than anybody else, and I've checked out a lot of trainers. There's just something about her style, the way she teaches. It makes me feel confident. I feel comfortable with the things that she's sharing, and I'm able to process a lot of it. I'm able to share it when I process it, and I just feel that she has there's no hype involved. It's real. She has a background in education. She's been a teacher for a lot of her life, and I can tell because I've looked at a lot of other trainers, and for some reason her teachings just really resonated with me, struck a chord, and that's why I follow her now. That's why I went all in with her daily coaching program. And so anyways, back to this post. And the way that I do this is I just to kind of refresh my memory and to give me a reference that I can expand on. I'll start to read the post because, like I said, I didn't go over this until I just turned this camera on. So anyways, we're back to Your Big Win 2014, Make It Happen. That's what I titled the blog post from the training that I got from Ann Sig, her webinar, and it goes on, importance of a big win. Making it happen in 2014 with a big win can be fuel for your fire and help kick your business into the next gear. That's kind of what it's all about, right, folks? We need to stay motivated. We need to have a goal, a big goal or a big win, if you will. And a big win will consist of a lot of little wins, okay? And she calls it win stacking, okay? And then what we do is we let people know, when we've had a little win, and the fact that is getting us closer to our big win. And it says we all want to win. We all want a big win in our lives, something that puts us on top of the world, guarantees freedom, or makes everything better. But that sounds like winning a lottery, and that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about a big win in your business. I'm talking about creating that big win, and that's absolutely correct. This isn't a game. We're not getting lucky. We're not hoping that something's going to fall in our lap and give us a big win. We are in teaching and training and coaching and mentoring to learn how to create a big win. Okay, we are in the process of doing that. I'll continue. Our big win will come from a series of little wins and defeats too, and that's absolutely right. There's always going to be ups and downs along the way, and it's just something that we have to learn to roll with. Okay, because if we get deflated, frustrated for an extended period of time from a defeat, something happens in our business and it knocks us a step backwards. Yeah, it's okay to get frustrated and not feeling so good about that. But if it's a prolonged thing, then that'll take the fire right out of us, and it'll kill us as far as getting to that big win. No one wins all the time, but we create wins through planning, taking action, sheer determination, and lots of hard work. We have to create a win of some sort to establish ourselves as leaders. And we do, because when we get that win, whether it's a small one or a large one, we promote it, and we let others know that it's something that we can learn to do, that we can learn to make happen, that we can learn to create through simple training. No luck. Okay, it's a skill. And when we do, we show others what we did and how, and that they can too. I just said that. And we create followers doing it. To create followers, we become winners. Whenever I pick up, for lack of a better term, a new follower, somebody that says that they want to work with me or follow me, or they like my material, or hey, Brett, you're putting out some pretty decent content or whatever. To me, that's a win. And we're win stacking, and it's leading up to my big win. And my big win is everybody's big win is going to be different. Again, it's a direct correlation with your why you're doing what you're doing. And here we go. Everyone's big win is different. This is the next paragraph. For winners or those just getting going, a big win may be something as simple as creating a blog, getting it up online and driving traffic to it, or getting subscribers to that blog. That's a good point, because one of my goals for this year, and it's something that I've been wanting to do, knowing that I had to do, knowing it was the next direction, the next step, because of the way that things are evolving and happening on the internet, what's working and what's not, was for me to get a halfway decent blog up and running and functional. When I say functional, I mean with a sales funnel, with all the pages connected to an autoresponder, with all the follow-up messages, for a good 2 or 3 or 4 months in advance, with a good compelling free offer, a sales funnel. And that was one of my big wins. That was a big win for me. That is happening now. I've done that. It's not complete. Probably never will be, because I always aim to perfect, maybe not perfect, but to make better on what I have. So it's not complete, but it's up. It looks okay. It looks halfway decent. I'm satisfied with it for now, and it's functional. So hey, that was a big win for me. What's your big win? Okay, if you're somebody that's watching this video, what is it? What is something that you feel that if you could accomplish this year through in your network marketing business in the year 2014? What would that be? What would your big win look like? Think about that. But let's make it happen. We can. Okay, so we talked about, for some people, a big win might be creating a blog, getting one up and running it online, and then it goes on, or maybe getting a sales funnel. Okay, to me that was all part of the blog. That's a big deal, something to be proud of. Heck yeah, I'm proud of the blog that I created from scratch, because I didn't know anything about a blog. I knew what it was. That's about it. Didn't know how to create it. Didn't know how to set it up. Didn't know how to turn it on. And I had no idea what the heck I was going to write about. Okay, so I started out writing about, what am I going to write about? And it just evolves from there. And there's so much material. I mean, you never run out of stuff to write about. Not once you get going. To others, it may be reaching a certain rank in their company. That's a big win. Or a certain position in the search engines with a popular keyword. That's a huge win. That was another one of my goals that I'm working on, and I'm starting to stack these little wins now. Okay, what about being able to what about being able to leave a full-time job and coming home to work? Is that a big win for somebody? You're darn right it is. Or bringing a spouse home from their full-time job. Huge. Maybe getting a child into a certain college, being able to go on that dream vacation. These are all big wins, huge wins, and they are worth celebrating. And that's what we do when we get a big win. We celebrate it. We share it with the world. And we let people know that this is something that we learned how to create. That it wasn't something that fell in our lap. We made it happen through hard work. Goes on, promote your big win. Use your big win to further your success in your business and promote it to the world. Encourage others and establish yourself as a leader. People are looking for winners. They are wired to join winners, winning teams and leaders. That's true. People are looking for others that are making things happen, that are creating wins in their business, because they know that if they attach themselves to somebody and ride their coattails a little bit, they can learn how to do the same thing. It's inspiring to lock arms with somebody who's making stuff happen, who's working hard. May not be the best at it, may not be perfect by any means, but working hard to make it happen, and enough to get by if nothing else. Talk about your big win. Share it, how you accomplished it, what it took, and how you feel about hitting that mark and creating that followership. Is that a word? Followership. I can't even say it. Um, it's true. I want to go back to the blog that I created. To me, I mean, I probably could have figured it out on my own. That's how I started. But then and this is a perfect example of attraction marketing. I saw an ad of a gal who I knew was putting out some good quality content. And when I say that, it's simply because when I saw something that she posted or whatever, I was compelled to drop what I was doing and read it because it was good material. It was useful. It was informative. It was educational. Um, and then when I saw her ad for her blog school, this is Julianne Van Zyl, by the way, in Australia. And when I saw her ad for her blog school, I jumped all over it. The price wasn't a big deal, although it was very inexpensive. It was a one-time fee of it was either, I can't remember if it was $50 or $99, whatever it was. For what I got out of it, it's worth its weight in gold, right? Because she is also an excellent teacher. In fact, she's what led me to Ann C. Because she was a student of Ann's and became one of her certified trainers. And this blog school that she put together was a result of what she learned with Ann Sig. And that's what I'm talking about, where I think Ann is the best trainer out there, because there's no fluff. They take you all the way through as far as you want to go. And she does have a certified trainer level in her programs. So anyways, that's what I did. I found a blog school, I paid for it, and I went through the courses, and Julianne is a very good teacher, and I had my blog up and running in a fairly short time, really, considering the fact that I was doing a bunch of other stuff at the same time. That's something that anybody can do. Okay, and to me that was worth shouting off the rooftops about, because man, for me it was a big win. Okay, wow. Everyone loves hard workers that make things happen. It's inspirational and shows anything is possible. Okay, and here we go. Big wins come from win stacking. Our big win doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen without a fight. We don't fall into it. We work for it. We work hard for it, and we make it happen. Okay, by getting little wins along the way, and some defeats too. I mentioned this. No one wins all the time. It's a process, and sometimes it's a long, drawn-out process. But if you're making progress, it's worth every second. It's worth that hard work. It's worth that time, that effort, those long days. It's worth it because you are developing yourself, your skills, into something that will pay you in many ways for the rest of your life. So we talk about these little wins too, though, and the defeats along the way. Talk about the defeats. That's one of the ways that we get over them, is to talk about them. Learn to turn the negatives into positives, absolutely, and keep going. Win stacking never ends. It's a continual, ongoing process, a map and a path to success. Nobody gets to where they're going without ups and downs. I don't care who they are or what's been said. Nobody does. Okay? It's part of the journey. It's how we what's the word I want? I mean, it's how we react to those defeats. It's how we get through them. In what manner that's more important than the actual defeats themselves. How do we handle it? That's Victor's mentality. Can push everyone to the extreme. We push the envelope. We strengthen our wind muscles. Yeah, we're flexing our wind muscles, and we're going to flex a lot of wind muscles this year. Anybody that's with me, I'm going for it, man. Everything I got, because this is my year. I'm going to make it happen. I will have my big win, and we continue on our path to our big win. Okay, and finally, how will that big win make you feel? It's going to make me feel great. It'll make everyone feel great, and it doesn't have to be a huge income. It doesn't have to be something that is just astronomically, it can be, we keep it real. It can be something very realistic, but to you or to any person, it's something that will have a very positive impact, and that's all. Seeing that light getting brighter and brighter each step of the way, that's a huge motivator. You're making progress. That drive for satisfaction and triumph, it will get you there, and it will. Just keep going. On the other hand, think also about how reaching your big win will make you feel. This is another thing that keeps you going until you get that big win. Visualize it. How is it going to make you feel when you hit that baby? Pretty darn good, right? Is it going to be worth it? Yeah, it's going to be worth it. Disappointment or fear of failure can be a huge motivator and a driving force in itself. Set your mind that failure is not an option. The only option is to get to that next win. Again, win stacking. We don't try to go from zero to the ultimate, the big win. Okay, we know that we keep it in perspective. That's why we have little wins along the way, because we know that every little win that we hit is one step closer to our big win. And it's what keeps us going. We set your mind that, okay, I went over that. The only option is to get that next win and keep going. There's no better motivation than progress. Just keep going. That's the end of the post. So true. I'm working hard at learning a lot about internet marketing, a lot about personal development, a lot about leadership, mentorship, attraction marketing, and I can already notice a difference in the business, and a lot of it just has to do with the way I feel, my attitude. It will change the way you think when you go through this training. I invite you to check out the training that has me excited, that has me feeling that I'm finally on the correct path, going in the right direction. Because before I was spinning my wheels, going nowhere. Anybody know that feeling? Okay, you've got the drive, you've got the motivation, you've got the time, but you're not sure in what steps to take. Okay, in what order to take those steps. So you find yourself just spinning around and around. That's why this training is so great, because it's put together by a real professional, somebody who understands all of that and has worked it out, and now has a step-by-step, take you by the hand, walk through the process, so that if you have to walk away from it a bit, when you come back exactly where you left off, what's the next step, and you commit to it, and you hold yourself accountable. And we also have others that we find to accountability partners, kind of thing. Anyways, going on too long here again. Once again, wow, short videos, can't do them. Anyway, I hope I brought you some kind of value in this video today. Please feel free to go to my blog, brettgurney.com, and comment and maybe subscribe to the blog to get future blog posts sent to your email. And check out my YouTube channel. I'm putting a lot of videos up there. youtube.com/BrettGurney. I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much for your time today, and have a great one. Bye-bye.